order for let's spill the tea. Aw,
Hello. Oh, great start. Are you hungies?
No, actually, I ate a lot. I just wanted to
Same.
make noise.
That sounds about right. You do that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, hi, it's episode 4.
Hello.
God. This is our first time sharing stories. How do you feel?
My stories are basically the same.
Oh my, okay, we'll get into that later.
They're all the
Anyway.
same. That's not true. I'm a liar.
Well, it's like, you're just kind of, well, you did a cryptid, then you did a wandering spirit. What did you do last week again? You did
North Brother Island. The one
Yeah,
with
so those are the haunted island. Those are all very different. So you're not doing anything similar. You're fine. I just discovered that my notes app has a laser pointer
I've
and it
just Wait, the Notes app has a laser pointer?
No. So I have like a handwriting notes app.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
like, since when does it have a laser pointer?
Honestly, Apple just updated again, so I would not be surprised. Anyway, hi Corey.
Hello.
We derail a lot. This is a problem.
It's okay. You can edit it out, right?
I don't feel like it.
It's fine. Just keep it in. People will get to love us.
No, totally. You drinking any tea? You have any tea?
I'm not drinking tea, but I'm drinking a cherry limeade from Sonic.
When did you go to Sonic? What?
Um,
That's like
I
far from your boyfriend's house.
no, I just have like the mixes, the drink mixes that you can get from Sonic.
Oh, gotcha.
So the last time
Gotcha.
my stepmom went to Sonic, she got like the drink mixes and she brought them
Mm,
home, and I be eating that shit up.
noise. I'm just drink. I don't have tea either, but I have an Arizona watermelon drink. They
Like
fucking
the iced
slap.
tea? Isn't that
It's
iced tea though?
not. It's not iced tea. It's like the Arizona brand, the iced tea brand. But it's a fruit juice cocktail. I don't know. I just didn't want tea. I wasn't in the mood.
Do I have tea for this week?
Do I don't know if I do.
Um, oh, I told, not I told, a kid at work told me that another kid that is like, rambunctious,
Hmm.
he said to me, he went, that kid over there. He obviously said the kid's name, but he was like, that kid over there is going to be the reason you're ugly by the time you're 30 with wrinkles and gray hair. And I was like,
Is he
and
that
I,
stressful? Like,
yes, like
oh
very.
my god.
He literally had, the Beyblades from like, this is only
Yeah.
one instance, but the Beyblades from like when we were
Yeah.
kids.
Hmm.
He has a bunch and he brought them with him to the bathroom. He's not supposed to do that, but I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not fighting with this kid. He was spinning them and like letting them go
Oh
on
my god.
his, you know, a bad spot so he could purposefully yell
Hold
in
on.
pain.
He's in the bathroom.
N-
Is he? No. I have a feeling he's not doing it in the urinal. He's doing it someplace on his body.
um, he sat on the bathroom floor, pants down, and
Oh my.
started spinning the Beyblade on his just so he could yell out in pain. And I had no clue what to do, and
What the fuck?
I was staring at this kid and I was like, "What are you doing?" That's one instance on one day. That
I
same
would
day,
call my boss crying.
he had like 5 other instances just that day. One included
God.
purposefully throwing a ball into the trash can so he could knock over the trash can and roll in the trash. Yeah.
Oh my god. I
So,
haven't I haven't worked in childcare in years. I think it's almost been almost it's 2.5 years at this point, I
probably,
think.
I think
And
so.
oh my god, I don't even want to go over some of the weird stories I have. Especially
Yeah.
when I went from K through 5 to pre-K to 5.
The preschoolers beat you up.
No, they did not. They beat up my soul and my will to live, but
My will to live.
my tea this week is for all those chronic pain girlies out there. This past week, my chronic pain has been like really severe. I like also just like I think I need to go to like a doctor because I've had 2 asthma attacks in the past 3 days that like almost like made me pass out.
Girl, go to the doctor. Go to the doctor, please. We don't, but like I'm also asthmatic and we don't mess around with asthma attacks. I don't want to die.
I haven't had like chest clutching asthma attacks in years.
Maybe there's something like in your house or where you're going that's like
fine. Like I've been outside. I've been a little more like moving around. So like I think it's just like I'm gonna give it a few more days, like let my body rest.
yeah. I would
And if
say
it's
if
still
you
real
have
bad,
a lot in the next couple days, then definitely go.
yeah.
Don't die. We do
Yeah.
not take asthma lightly in this house.
No. And that's not even like the chronic pain I'm referring to. Like asthma, it's not chronic pain, it's a chronic condition.
Yeah.
But I have chronic pain basically from the waist down. For those of you who don't know me, which I don't think literally the only people I know that are listening to this are Paul and my mother.
Oh, I have friends. I have friends that have listened.
Good, because I saw we
Yeah.
had 3 plays but only 2 listeners, and I was like, Paul, did you listen to us twice? Like, and as of recording this episode 1 just came out 3 days ago. So like,
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying like we only have very low views.
I think, does it count as a view if you don't finish it?
I think you have to listen to like a certain amount.
Yeah, because one of my friends only listened to like half of it because her baby started
Yeah.
screaming.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, when I was a freshman in high school, I was diagnosed with patellofemoral pain syndrome, which basically means my knee likes to say, nah, I don't want to be in place, and just shift the fuck out of the way. Which has caused my ankles to deteriorate, my other knee to deteriorate, my hips to fuck off. Like, and today I like said this to my mother because like I was just sitting in the living room with her. I was like, Mom, it feels like I don't have a hip. That was the best way I could describe it. It hurt so bad.
That's a crazy sentence to hear.
Like, it's just like I feel like there's so much pain. I feel like something's missing in my body.
It's called like it's called like normal ligaments and tendons. There is something missing. It's just not missing in the way you think.
That wasn't supposed to turn on. I just made a new book nook in it. The light, I'm trying to like conserve the battery in it, and the light just turned on.
Yeah.
There we go. Anyway, that we've already done a lot of banter.
Anyway.
Anyway, you want a spooky story? Spooky but real story?
Sure. Should I turn my lights on?
Okay, I just turned that thing off, and it just turned back on. Like the lights just lit up, and I didn't even like move or touch anything.
Faulty wiring?
Bitch, I'm the one who wired it, so probably.
My lights go on. My lights go on.
I have something sitting on top of it right now, so that's probably the problem. There we go.
It doesn't matter. My lights go on now.
There we go. Now nothing's gonna. Now if it does turn on with nothing sitting on top of it, I'm gonna know it's a ghost. Anyway, so you remember how we were talking about in episode 1, cases that made us very, very angry?
Yeah.
Today we're covering JonBenet Ramsey.
Okay.
Are you ready to get angry?
I don't think I have it in me to be angry right now.
Well, I do. I need to get some anger out. So, prepare yourselves, listeners. JonBenet Patricia Ramsey was born August 6, 1990 in Atlanta, Georgia. She had an older brother named Burke. Please keep this in mind. He was born in 87. Her parents are JonBenet Ramsey. I can't talk. JonBenet Ramsey, who was born in 43, and Patricia Patsy Ramsey, who was born in 56 and died in 2006, which is like, I feel like that's kind of young.
I don't know what the math for that is.
50.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's kind of young. I don't know how to do math.
She was enrolled in kindergarten at High Peaks Elementary School in Boulder, Colorado. So she was born in Georgia, but they moved because,
Okay.
excuse me, sorry. Her father was president of Access Graphics, which was a computer company, and her mother didn't really work. Her job was to be a pageant mother.
Mm,
Mm.
lovely. We love
Well,
having a kindergartner in pageant.
JonBenet was entered in many, many pageants as If You Know Her, which a lot of people do. I'm waiting for Paul to start quoting weird shit I say. Like, but instead of texting, he'll text you your weird quotes and text me my weird quotes. Paul, you
At
can text me too about the chaos.
at one point, he will.
Oh, this will be 3 weeks from now, so
Yeah, if he's
we're
even still
trying to
here.
record episodes ahead. Oh, we're forcing him. He has to. He has to listen.
Okay.
No, I mean, oh wait, no, it's gonna be like right before he leaves.
Oh, then he'll still listen.
Oh, Paul, you're gonna have like 7 to 8 episodes you're gonna have to catch up on. I think this is like the last episode he'll be able to listen to before he leaves. What day
Probably.
does he leave? What day does he leave?
The 17th. It's a Tuesday.
No. So next episode will be our
Oh,
Valentine's
wait.
Day episode.
It's a Wednesday. That's a Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, because Valentine's Day is Saturday.
Yeah.
We're not doing anything special for our Valentine's Day episode. We're just gonna talk about trauma. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, JonBenet won lots of titles. She was a winning pageant girl. America's Royal Miss, Little Miss Charlevoix. I hope I'm saying that right. Little Miss Colorado, Colorado State All-Star Kids Cover Girl, and National Tiny Miss Beauty. If I ever have a
I didn't
daughter,
like that name.
no. If I ever, I'm not gonna enroll my child in pageants. I'm sorry, I'm not.
No.
Let's fast forward a little bit to December 26th, 1996. JonBenet Ramsey's body was found in the family's basement only after being reported missing. Only 7 hours after being reported missing. Which, like, that's kind of sus. You're gonna
Yeah.
hear me talk about how there's gonna be a moment where, like, I want to scream and you guys are gonna know. Don't worry. So, she had a fractured skull and a garrote around her neck. Which, if you do not know do you know what a garrote is? Garrote?
No.
Well, I'm gonna say garrote because there's an E at the end. A garrote is a strangulation device that tightens around the neck to kill. So you basically wrap it around their neck and you have like handles to pull it tighter.
That's
Yeah.
really weird.
Yeah. So the autopsy reported the cause of death was asphyxia by strangulation associated with cranial cerebral trauma, which literally, to say that lightly, she was strangled and she had trauma to the brain. The death was ruled a homicide due to JonBenet's many pageants. She was a hometown celeb, so like everybody like heard about this. The media went wild, which I'm sure you can imagine when like a little girl dies. Like,
Yeah. Especially in that kind of way.
there were many suspects in this case, mostly JonBenet's family. And in the basement, it looked staged. Like she was put there. Which, we'll get to that later. We'll get to it later. So, there are 2 eyewitness accounts. Scott Gibbons, who is a neighbor, said around midnight he was looking out his window and saw the upper kitchen of the Ramseys' house lit up with dim lights. So he claims that they were awake around midnight. I don't know why he was also awake, but okay. I mean, I'm usually awake around midnight.
He's a night owl.
I was gonna say, I like don't go to bed until like midnight-ish.
Yeah.
And then Melody Stanton woke up short, who I believe is also a neighbor, woke up shortly after midnight by a child's scream from the Ramsey house, which, like, I would immediately call the police, like, hey, can you do like a wellness check? I don't know if their child just woke up having a nightmare, but it sounded like a bloody murder scream.
Yeah, that's definitely something you call police.
Yeah.
People back in the 90s minded their business a lot more, though.
Yeah. You see, I also mind my own business, but like if I think someone's like about to be murdered, I'm gonna say something.
That's fair.
So there was a very weird ransom note found. All right. Patsy found a 2.5-page long ransom note in the kitchen staircase, which there's a staircase in the kitchen. How, what is this house?
They're fancy. They're rich.
They are very fancy. Demanded 118,000 US dollars for JonBenet's return, which John pointed out that it was nearly identical to his Christmas bonus from the year before.
Oh, wow.
Someone has the information. Anyway, the suspects would need to have access to that information, as I literally just said.
Yeah.
The ransom note also referred to Psalm 118. I don't know the Bible well enough to know where that reference is. But
me either.
It also
Not
uses
gonna look it up.
references of film dialogue from movies such as Ruthless People, Ransom, Escape from New York, Speed, and Dirty Harry. Again, I don't know any of those. I've heard of those movies. I haven't watched them. It was a very, very lengthy note. Why'd you walk away?
Highlights.
Oh, you had to go change your lights?
Yeah.
I was like, you don't want to see me telling this story? You're just leaving me?
No, I was changing my lights.
Well, because of how long it was, even the FBI found it strange. And if the FBI is finding it strange, something's not right.
The FBI said, this shit's not right.
Exactly. So, yeah, police believed it to be staged due to fingerprints. No fingerprints found except for Patsy's and the authorities who handled it, which nowadays, due to DNA traces and fingerprint exposure, crime scene units will always wear gloves when they are examining evidence or doing a search. Like, even the primary search is always done with gloves because you don't want to accidentally spread something or destroy evidence, which destroying evidence we'll get into later. There were many exclamation marks and initialisms. The note and practice draft was written with pen and paper from inside the Ramsey house. So there is literally like a first draft of this. Like, what?
It wasn't good enough. It wasn't long enough. They didn't have enough details.
Our English teacher would be disappointed. Which we're not going to name drop her again. I already had to bleep that out once.
Sorry.
Like, if you said her first name, it's a very common first name. But you gotta say her, like, last name.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Anyway, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, or the CBI as I will probably refer that to later, initially believed Patsy wrote the ransom note, but it was inconclusive.
I still think Patsy wrote the note. Patsy wrote the note.
Yeah. Michael Baden, a board-certified pathologist, did not believe the note would have been written by a stranger. 6 handwriting experts made it appear that Patsy didn't do it. Which, like, you know how easy it is to fake your handwriting?
She could have just used the opposite hand.
Exactly. She could have used her opposite hand. I could easily, like, mimic someone else. When I'm, like, writing normally, I will, like, it's like a mix between, like, print and script.
Yeah.
But, like, if I'm taking my time, it's just going to be print. It's going to be very neat. Like,
I have forged enough signatures in my life to...
I'm telling the FBI.
Yeah, let me, hands behind my back.
No, yeah, totally. Well, would you like me to read the note?
Sure. I'm gonna get so mad.
I'm gonna do it anyway. I have it right here.
I'm gonna get so mad.
Mr. Should I like put some emotion into it? Like, like you'll know where the exclamation marks are.
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Ramsey, listen carefully. We are a group of individuals that represent a small foreign faction. We do respect your business. And, oh, I can't even talk today. Oh my God. We do respect your business, but not the country that it serves. At this time, we have your daughter in our possession. She is safe and unharmed, and if you want to see 1997, if you want her to see 1997, you must follow our instructions to the letter. Which, like, that's already, like, I don't like the fact that it's like, if you want her to see 1997, because this is, like, a week before, that's kind of, like, fucked up.
That's a really messed up way to word that.
Yeah. You will withdraw $118,000 from your account. $100,000 will be in $100 bills, and the remaining $18,000 will be in $20 bills. Make sure that you bring an adequate size attaché to the bank. What? When you get home, you will put the money in a brown paper bag. I will call you between 8 and 10 a.m. tomorrow to instruct you on delivery. The delivery will be exhausting, so I advise you to be rested. If we monitor you getting the money early, we might call you early to arrange an earlier delivery of the money and hence a earlier delivery pickup of your daughter. Any deviation of my instructions will result in the immediate execution of your daughter. You will also be denied her remains for proper burial. The two gentlemen watching over your daughter do not particularly like you, so I advise you not to provoke them. Speaking to anyone about your situation, such as police, FBI, etc., will result in your daughter being beheaded. If we catch you talking to a stray dog, she dies. If you alert bank authorities, she dies. If the money is in any way marked or tampered with, she dies. You will be scanned for electronic devices, and if any are found, she dies. Oh my God, my ass was already acting up. Just because it's so lengthy. You can try to like I had to like take a minute to like breathe.
It's okay.
You can try to deceive us, but be warned that we are familiar with law enforcement countermeasures and tactics. You stand a 99% chance of killing your daughter if you try to outsmart us. Follow our instructions and you stand a 100% chance of getting her back. You and your family are under constant scrutiny as well as the authorities. Don't try to grow a brain, John. You are not the only fat cat around, so don't think that killing will be difficult. Don't underestimate us, John. Use that good Southern common sense of yours. It is now up to you, John. Victory! SBTC. Which, just from the flowery language, because I'm going back to the suspicions of people thinking it's Patsy. She was a pageant mother.
Yeah.
You teach your children in pageants to have like to like speak a certain way, especially when it comes to like Southern pageants, as I've heard. So like that's kind of flowery over here, huh?
Yeah. That doesn't sound like a guy wrote it.
No, but we don't know who wrote it. Hint, hint, wink, wink. We don't know who this SBTC is. So the only people known to be in the house during this time were John, Patsy, and Burke. Patsy called police at 5:52 a.m. She also called family friends who came over to the house. Anyway, 2 officers arrived within 3 minutes of the call, thank God. They searched the house, but there was no sign of forced entry. We're getting to the part that I get really mad at. Officer Rick French went to the basement and found a door that was secured by a wooden latch on top of the frame. Suspicious, right?
A little
Well,
bit.
he debated on opening it, but ultimately walked away without opening it. And just you wait. French explained he was looking for the kidnapper's exit route. And since it was locked from the inside, he believed it was not possible for him to exit that way. Well, do you know what was behind that door?
JonBenet Ramsey.
JonBenet Ramsey. Well, They don't know this yet, but we do. Anyway, with JonBenet still missing, John was preparing to pay the ransom. Only JonBenet's room was what I just wrote only like 3 times in one sentence. I was really tired writing these notes, and it shows. So JonBenet's room was the only room to be closed off to prevent contamination of evidence, since it was still only believed to be a kidnapping. They didn't know she was dead yet.
Yeah.
That was not a good choice. The rest of the house's evidence would end up being contaminated. Why, you say? Many people visited the home, including friends, family, and the family minister. So they would help out around the house by cleaning and picking up items which destroyed any evidence.
Why did they
Detectives-
come to help clean though? Why is that what
Because they were
you're
grieving parents. They didn't know where their daughter was. They were so distraught. So a lot of people, they try to, help out in any way they can. And sometimes it's, hey, I'm going to, clean up this one area of your house so it doesn't feel neglected.
their house was
Yeah.
that dirty?
No, probably not. But I think they knew what they were doing. Detective Linda Arndt, Arndt, arrived to aid in further instructions from the kidnapper, but no instructions arrived. So, this lovely detective, Linda, asked John Ramsey and Fleet White, who is a family friend, to aid in the search around the house to see if anything was, just a little off. They started in the basement. John immediately checked the door that French overlooked. The door opened, and John saw his dead daughter.
Wonderful.
JonBenet's mouth was covered with duct tape, a nylon cord tying her wrist and neck, and her torso was covered with a white blanket. Not so shockingly, John would further contaminate some of the most important evidence. He carried her body upstairs to tell everyone. What?
Why would he do that?
Why would you do that?
It's to cover up the fact that his fingerprints were on things that they shouldn't have been.
Most definitely. So each member of the Ramsey family gave police handwriting, blood, and hair samples for the investigation. Because, in the 90s, DNA was becoming a lot more frequent. So they wanted to test everybody. But it's all contaminated anyway, so they're probably going to find shit everywhere.
Yeah.
So during the autopsy, there was no evidence of conventional rape, but sexual assault was not ruled out. There was no semen found in her body, but there was a vaginal injury, which things happen to children, sadly. I knew someone back in high school who said, they fell or something and it just, split their hymen.
Yeah.
So, with her
Stuff
being
like sports and stuff can split it.
exactly, even I was a gymnast as a kid, and I was very lucky not to have, my hymen rip. But we were doing splits, and our everything was widening. I would, to put it lightly, the amount of times I fell and landed right on my crotch.
Yeah.
It hurts. It hurts. So we don't know exactly how she got this vaginal injury. No one knows or claims to know.
Yeah.
But the girl was made from a nylon cord and a broken handle of a paintbrush. Evidence showed that the paintbrush may have been used for the essay. It's ow, but also unconfirmed. The pathologist said her vaginal area was wiped with a cloth. So any evidence, gone. The bristle part of the paintbrush was in a tub of Patsy's art supplies.
Oh,
So it was in the
wonderful.
house.
Wonderful.
The
Why was
third part- what?
Why was it downstairs? If somebody got into the house, how did they get the end of the paintbrush downstairs?
Oh, it was her art supplies were in the basement.
Oh, they were
She
in the
kept
basement.
them in the basement. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, how did
The-
they get it?
So the third part of the paintbrush was never found. So it was broken from handle, the center part where the handle meets the bristles, and then the
Yeah.
bristle part. So the autopsy showed that she had eaten pineapple, And photographs showed a bowl of pineapple with a spoon in it from that day. John nor Patsy recall feeding her pineapple, yet the bowl had Patsy's fingerprints. Yet, like, I'm gonna be honest, that one I feel like can easily be ruled out because, like, I mean, she probably did the dishes.
Yeah.
Like, I personally, like, if I'm hand washing them, I will, wear gloves to, like, protect my hands from, like, drying out. And then it goes in the drain board or in the dishwasher, depending on what I'm doing. But no matter what, once they're clean and dry, I'm just gonna grab it with my clean hands.
Yeah.
So my fingerprints are probably all over my dishes. Like, in December 2003, which is 7 years later, a mixed blood sample from JonBenet's underwear was collected, and finally, they had enough for a DNA profile. The DNA belonged to an unknown male person and did not include any of the Ramseys. So, like, I don't understand it. They did all willingly give DNA, but that doesn't always mean anything. We don't know where this blood came from. The DNA was submitted to the FBI's Combined DNA Index System, or CODIS, which is a database with over 1.6 million DNA profiles. The sample had no match.
Great.
October 2016. Yeah, this case was open for a very long time. It was closed, open for many years. Yeah, it was revealed that the DNA contained genetic markers from 2 people other than JonBenet Ramsey. That's probably why they couldn't find it in CODIS. So, attorney James Kohler from the DA found more male DNA on the paintbrush. Still, not many DNA samples for this investigation due to all the contamination in the house.
Woot.
Yeah. No forensic evidence to prove that a stranger murdered her. So, family, friends, still out in the open. Taking a closer investigation, the police suspected mostly John and Patsy, but by October 1997, over 1,600 people were a person of interest.
That's crazy.
That is so much. That's like, because all the DNA evidence was gone. Even in the 90s when, like, they didn't have all the technology that we have now in 2026. Like,
Yeah.
they were still able to run, like, match the DNA at least. But,
Yeah.
they were still able to identify fingerprints. They were still able to, like, identify hair follicles. Like, I feel like just figuring out whether it was a male or a female. Because that would, like, narrow the search by, like, half at least. Still, 800 people is a bit much, but it makes it easier.
It does make it easier to have it.
Well, as I've been saying quite a lot, there were so many errors made in this initial investigation, including loss and contamination of evidence, lack of experience and technical staff, that's a big one, evidence being shared with the Ramseys, and delayed interviews with the parents. So,
Wonderful.
When I say delayed interviews, I mean you're supposed to give an eyewitness or testimony, not a testimony. I'm thinking court. When you're an eyewitness, you have to do it immediately. You have to be separated from the other witnesses.
Yeah.
To make sure, like, you don't accidentally, like, overlap your stories and say the wrong thing. You want to get a direct story from each person. See if anything lines up that way. No, they probably had time to talk about it.
Yeah, of course.
Which is not good.
Because did anything go right in this investigation?
They found out she died.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, a lot went wrong.
This case makes me so mad.
There was a lot of misleading information intentionally leaked by Boulder police, hoping to have Patsy and John cooperate better. As in, like, be like, that's wrong, this is what actually happened, she died this way. Yeah, that didn't work. Of course it didn't.
Great. That's a great tactic.
Yeah. Detective Lou Smith came out of retirement specifically for this case, which, like, thank you. Like, you know what? Just come out of retirement. Give us it all.
Okay, interesting.
Right? Yeah. May 1998, evidence was presented that deterred police from the Ramseys. The DA felt they were not guilty, but the Boulder police felt they were guilty. So you can't have police and DA on different sides. They need to work together.
Yeah.
There were two lead investigators, Lou Smith and Steve Thomas. They both opposed and ended up resigning. Like, as in, like, they both believed two different things. Like, they could not agree.
And then they resigned because of that?
I think they resigned from the case.
Oh. I was like,
Yeah. I mean, this one man literally came out of retirement for this, so he probably said, I'm going back. Bye.
yeah. He said, I made a mistake.
Exactly. Smith believed they completely overlooked the intruder hypothesis. Thomas believed the DA interfered and failed to support his hypothesis. So, yeah, they were not in agreement. And when you have two detectives on the same case, you want them to agree.
Yeah.
That's how bad the evidence was in this case. It was like...
Because there's literally nothing tying them to a definitive answer. Like, everybody basically is just making their own assumptions. That's what happens when you fuck up evidence.
Okay, I realize I've been talking for like 30 minutes. I'm gonna try to like speed run the rest of this because it's not enough for a part 2.
Okay.
September 5th, 98, a grand jury convened to indict the Ramseys for charges relating to the case. In 99, the grand jury returned a true bill that changed the Ramseys with placing their child at risk that led to their death. They weren't charged in the end. DA Alex Hunter did not prosecute due to not believing he could meet a higher standard of proving guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. DA Mary Lacey was next to take over in 2006, December 6, 2006. So this is literally 10 years later. Like, ugh. Sorry, she was born in 96. My bad. This was 6 years after her death, which I thought, no, the math ain't mathin'. I don't think I wrote this right. I'm pretty sure it was 10 years because they said that she wasn't going to live till 97 or something.
Yeah.
So 10 years. 10 years. In April 2003, people believed more the intruder theory. July 9th, 2008. Hey, that was my 5th birthday. I forgot I did that. Boulder DA office announced that now DNA sampling and testing eliminated the Ramseys as suspects, and they were exonerated. February 2nd, 2009, the case was turned over to DA Stan Garnett's agency, but the statute of limitations expired, so the Ramseys were not pursued anymore, which we're still trying to find answers, but the statute of limitations is up, so they cannot be arrested, which is a shame. October 2010, Boulder police reopened the cold case. New interviews and DNA testing techniques were used. No new info came from these interviews, and the unknown DNA in JonBenet's clothing would need to be the focus. Still not known. So there were two primary suspects, one being the family member theory, states that she was killed by one or more member of the family. This is the side I'm on personally. There was no evidence of forced entry, evidence of staging the scene, including the ransom note. The Ramseys were not cooperative in helping solve the case. One theory states that Patsy hit JonBenet in a fit of rage after wetting her bed and strangled her after believing she was already dead to cover up her mistake, which, like, why would you strangle her after she was already dead? I don't freaking know. Patsy was... What?
I was just going to say that doesn't make any sense.
No, exactly. Patsy was not known to have uncontrollable anger. Burke said they were never even spanked nor had a finger laid on them. The strangulation could be the red herring, because as in the theory, they believe Patsy did it after she might have already been dead. We don't know. Or it was done. Or they killed her one way. I don't freaking know. And did that to, like, cover up the other thing. So confusing. Burke, who was only 9 at the time, was interviewed at least 3 times. A child psychologist said they seemed to have a healthy family relationship, so there were no concerns. Burke was not known to be a suspect and was never considered one. which that's a big problem. People still believe to this day that Patsy and John are the main suspects, even with lack of evidence, but the initial investigation was suspicious. In the case of JonBenet Ramsey, a CBS show, the group theorized Burke may have had more of a part in the murder of his sister, which I think he has something to do with that as well. He could have hit her with a heavy object like a flashlight, remember the fractured skull, without intent to kill her. We got to figure out how she fractured her skull as well, which was not in the initial investigations. They focused on the strangulation. They suggested the ransom note was to cover up the incident, which, again, the parents still having a part of it. Burke's counsel sued CBS for defamation. Of course they did. Again, no charges were made. The intruder theory is from an unknown and identified boot print in the room with JonBenet's body. Some persons of interest included Bill McReynolds, which was a neighbor, Chris Wolf, whose girlfriend reported him, Linda Hoffman-Pugh, the family housekeeper, and Michael Helgoff. He ended up committing suicide shortly after her death. 2 windows left slightly opened on the night of her death to allow electrical cords to pass through for outdoor Christmas lights, which, again, technology is very different now. There was the broken basement window and 1 unlocked door. I always make sure the doors are locked at night. That freaks me out. Investigators question whether they came through the broken window due to an intact cobweb inside window. So if they had gone through it, that cobweb wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Detective Smith worked on the case until his death in 2010. I don't know why it said he resigned then. I fucked up my notes, I guess. I wrote these a while ago. There were over 100 over 100 robberies in the neighborhood just months before JonBenet's death. There were 38 registered sex offenders within a 2-mile radius, which, one of Smith's suspects, Gary Howard Olivia, had 2 counts of attempted sexual exploitation of a child and 1 count of sexual exploitation of a child. Great. In June 2016. He was still a suspect years prior, but now he, has the charges.
Great.
So there was a false confession, which led to the first actual arrest. John Mack Carr, who was a 41-year-old school teacher, was arrested in Bangkok, Thailand on August 15, 2006. He claimed he killed JBR. He said he drugged, assaulted, and accidentally killed her. Okay. There was no evidence that made him a suspect. Carr only confessed with publicly known info, my bad. Autopsy showed no drugs in her system, and Carr's DNA did not match DNA from JonBenet's body. Obviously, he didn't do it. So, Where are we now? Which is where I'm going to wrap this up. JonBenet was buried at St. James Episcopal? Episcopal, cemetery in Marietta, Georgia, next to her half-sister Elizabeth Pash Ramsey, who died in a car crash 5 years earlier at 22 years old. So she had an older sister. She gets to be next to her sister. The case is still cold to this day, but remains open as more scientific advances are being made. My personal belief, I believe the family did it. There was too much contamination of the evidence and no forced entry. So, especially with the broken window theory, that could have just been done to, try to make people believe it was an intruder.
Yeah.
But that is all I got on JonBenet Ramsey. That's the tea. And I need a drink because my throat is dry.
That was a long tea.
I knew that this one was going to be long, and I forgot to, warn you.
It's okay.
Because I know, because you told me last week that yours was going to be long, and I was like, okay, I'll do a shorter one. I should have warned you.
Yeah,
I didn't expect it to go on. I think it was reading the ransom note that really did it, because I couldn't talk.
Yeah,
and also, there's so much information.
I just stopped, saying stuff in between, because you were like, I'm going to power through this, and I was like, let me just not talk.
No, that's so fair, because the first 2 episodes, literally, it's episode 1 is 1 hour and 10 seconds. And then episode 2 is literally 59:59. Oh. So like we've been averaging an hour for these
Oh,
episodes.
this one's gonna be longer for sure.
You know what? I hope you guys are cleaning today. I hope you need a nice long episode.
Yeah. Anyway,
What do you got for me?
well, you know how I have like a grandfather that's not the grandfather that like you know.
The grandfather we don't like to talk about.
No, the grandfather that I like.
The one your mom's stepdad?
No, my dad's dad.
So how is he? I'm confused.
You know my dad's stepdad. Like,
That's your dad's stepdad. Okay.
yeah.
The one I don't like
My-
is your dad's stepdad. Got it. So
Yeah.
you say he's
My
not really your
dad's dad.
grandfather, but he is your grandfather.
I said the other grandfather.
You I think mixed it up and I got mixed up in my brain and I'm gonna listen to this later and be like, no,
Anyway.
I wasn't. Or I'm a fucking idiot.
Anyway. So you know that one, the one that's my dad's
Mhm.
dad. And you know how he's
I
like
believe so.
you know how he's like Native American?
Yes.
So this one is inspired by the fact that I called my grandfather over the weekend.
Aww.
And we talked about when I was younger and when we would go to like the reservations and stuff, and he asked if I remembered any folklore or like any stories from the elders on like the reservations and stuff, and I said I remembered this one raccoon spirit, like it was just a
What?
raccoon. And he
Wait,
said
what?
like a raccoon. I said I remembered a raccoon spirit, like the story of a raccoon.
Mhm.
And he said that it was our Abenaki spirit named Azeban, which
Azeban, that's so cute.
yeah. And he reminded me of the story, and encouraged me to speak to this elder that I met like a couple of years ago. So I decided to get in touch with, his name is Bear with No Tail. Decided to get in touch
Love
with
it.
Bear with No Tail. And he retold me the folklore. So I decided I wanted to share a piece of my Abenaki pride this
Aw.
week.
What do you call your grandfather? Like what do you address him as? Do you call him
Pop
grandpa,
Up.
papa? Pop up?
I call him Pop
Pop
Up.
up. I hope you're listening to this just because you inspired it. Make him listen to this episode. And then he's gonna like hear me talk and be like, is she dying?
It's okay. So before we get into this, I just want to preface this because it is important. It doesn't sound
Okay.
important, but it is important that we do not refer to like what most people consider gods as gods.
Mhm.
They
Yes.
are spirits to us because we acknowledge that they like are among us with like the
Mhm.
plants and the nature and like the people. They're not like superior beings to us. They just literally
No,
walk
it's like,
amongst the earth.
sorry, I'm not Native American, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But it's like
Yeah,
similar to the honoring your ancestors thing, right? That's why they're considered spirits.
similar.
Okay.
Yeah, similar. It's
Because
just
I know ancestry is very important to Native
yes,
Americans.
everything is on the earth. There is no like obviously we recognize that like the spirits are like higher than us,
Yes.
but they're not like in the sky or anything.
Gotcha. So they're living among us.
They live
Helping us.
among us. You can come across them in your daily life. Like they live amongst the plants and like the nature with us.
Got it.
Yeah. So if you know me, you probably know that I look white as fuck. I don't look like I'm native at all.
No, when you told me that for like the first time back in high school, I didn't believe you.
Yeah, no. So I'm part native on my father's side, which is the Abenaki tribe, which is in
you're
top
like a quarter native, right? Quarter
Yeah.
Abenaki?
Yeah. So
I'm gonna stop saying native. I'm gonna say Abenaki.
yeah. So what this tribe is specifically, there's like some parts of this tribe all over the United States, but my specific reservation is in Vermont and the lower part of Canada. So
Oh, I didn't know it was up there.
yeah. So what I tell might be different from like what other Abenakis like might know or hear because all of Native American folklore is orally told. So like things get changed. So between even the same like tribe, if you live on different reservations, you'll hear different stories
Yeah.
from different elders. So Azeban comes
It's such a
from,
cute name.
I know. He comes from Abenaki oral tradition where his stories were passed down orally, obviously, for generations.
really.
And were traditionally told in family or community settings, especially to children. So this is not specifically for children, but they are very often told to children
Yeah. Makes
as like
sense.
moral lessons.
Mhm.
He's not a creator deity or a culture hero. Instead, he belongs to a class of beings whose purpose is to illustrate failure. So this categorizes him as a trickster spirit. So he's a trickster. While other tricksters sometimes reshape the world, Azeban mostly reshapes people's understanding of what not to do. So he basically exists in like this moral universe where your behavior has consequences. So he basically
Okay.
teaches you natural consequences for your
Aw.
actions.
He
And
he sounds so cute.
yeah,
That's so
his
sweet.
his role is to make those consequences visible, often through like humor. So like
Okay.
he
Oh, I
makes
love
these
him.
silly mistakes. Yeah. So Azeban is primarily depicted as a raccoon, as I said. He is a raccoon.
I'm just picturing like literally like I know this sounds stupid. I'm picturing a cartoon raccoon right now. Like
I mean, he's just a raccoon. He's living his best life out here, rummaging through trash.
I want to know what silly little mistakes he makes.
So sometimes he is described as a Wolverine-like or unnamed woodland animal. So I have heard from like other tribes that he's more of just like a woodland creature, not specifically a raccoon.
Okay.
But my tribe describes him as a raccoon, but it's just like a slightly bigger one. So like if you came across him and he for
You
some
would be
reason
able to
was,
tell the difference.
yeah, like you would see a little raccoon and then next to it would be like bigger, but it's still anatomically a raccoon,
Got it. Got it.
just bigger.
It's like,
So
you know, standing in a crowd of people and you all of a sudden see like a
a 6 foot tall man.
tall man.
Yeah, basically. So Azeban is anthropomorphic. So he talks, he schemes, and he acts like a person, but he's just a raccoon. So his physical
Why,
and his,
when you said
what?
scheme, you said schemes.
Yeah.
When you said that, I don't know why my brain went to swiper no swiping.
I mean, they're kind of similar. Swiper is like a fox.
Well, he's a fox, but like my brain went just because you said he talks, he schemes. I'm just like, are you swiper?
Sort of, actually. Sort of.
Oh God, I didn't mean to like actually connect them. Next episode, we compare the two.
His physical and personality traits reflect that of raccoon. So he is said to be with clever hands. So he's very quick with his hands. He has a masked face, so like deception. Gluttony and opportunism.
Yeah,
So,
he sounds like a raccoon.
yeah. His appearance just reinforces his personality that he's sneaky, hungry, curious, and undisciplined.
And apparently he swipes.
He can steal. There are stories where he steals.
I was trying to bring back the swiper thing, and you went, actually.
So, I'm actually going to say that right now. Azeban tries to cheat, steal, or trick others.
Oh my God.
So, he looks for shortcuts instead of honest work. He seeks personal gain without considering consequences and imitates smarter or more powerful beings without understanding them. Common story patterns are that he thinks he's clever, but it burns him in the end. He ignores warnings or traditions. His plans backfire. He is humiliated, injured, or punished, and others learn from his mistakes in the end. So he always does something stupid that is meant to make somebody learn a lesson. And then Important to note, though, is that Azeban never learns from his mistakes. So that's part of his
Oh.
joke, is that like he is like constantly just going to do the same things over and over again. And that's part of his lesson,
Azeban.
is to like learn from your mistakes. Don't be ignorant like Azeban.
Hey guys, Swiper doesn't learn from his mistakes either. He's always swiping in every episode. I'm gonna stop this joke. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But if I hear one more comparison, I'm gonna lose it.
You're gonna hear it again.
Mm.
So, Azeban is not purely benevolent or malevolent. He doesn't
I
seek
hope not.
He doesn't seek destruction or cruelty for its own sake. So like he's not going out of his way because he's not smart enough to go out of his way to be mean.
Doesn't sound like it.
But he doesn't help the community. Like he's not a hero. Like he doesn't do
Gotcha.
anything good. So he's simply morally instructive,
Okay.
where his mistakes shape those that hear his stories. So he's like not, he's literally just there to teach you how to be a human being, basically. Socially though, like if you look at him in the grand scheme of like a social life, he would be negative because he is selfish, he is very careless, and he foolishly imitates things. So he would be like
Yes, that's right.
socially like negative. His punishment usually comes from natural consequences, not divine judgment. So these are things that human beings can relate to. They're not trying to like with like Greek gods or Norse gods, like there are natural consequences, but a lot of the time the consequences come from like the gods.
Mhm.
And like that's not how that works here.
No.
He doesn't get punished by like other spirits or like anything else because we all are on a level playing field. No other spirit can give him consequences. He learns these lessons from natural consequences. So it's something that like the humans that are learning from these spirits can relate to. And they'll be like, oh, if I do something like this, my natural consequence is going to be something similar. And then they'll be like, I should not do that.
Makes sense.
So Azeban doesn't usually target specific groups maliciously. Instead, his stories involve like literally everybody. So elders, animals, other spirits. He does try to trick other spirits. He can't be punished by them,
Breaking
but
the rules.
he tries to go after them anyway.
Why
And
do I
basically
love him
literally
still?
anyone. I love him. He's so cute.
If I
But
ever met Azeban, I would be like, hey, I know you're larger than the average raccoon, but I'm still gonna cuddle you. You
I
still
will
look
cuddle you.
cute.
You'd probably be more successful in cuddling him than a normal raccoon.
Me?
Like
Oh.
anyone would probably
Oh,
be
I
more
thought
successful.
you meant like I thought you meant specifically me, and I'm like,
No.
what does that mean?
In a more symbolic way, though, he does target those who have specific personality traits. So
All right,
he
let's see if I
targets
check the boxes.
the greedy,
Okay,
the
yeah.
lazy, the
Oh, that's
boastful,
me.
those who ignore tradition, and those who think they are smarter than everyone else.
I'm definitely not smarter than everyone else. I'll put that out there.
So he teaches multiple lessons from his stories that all hold some sort of moral value. From his stories, the audience learns to not be greedy, to not steal, to not lie. Don't mock or imitate sacred practices. Listen to your elders, respect balance and reciprocity, and that cleverness without wisdom leads to ruin. Because the lessons are delivered through humor and embarrassment, they are memorable rather than preachy. So it makes it easier for people to swallow his stories and his lessons because they're more of an entertainment than like preaching
He's
to somebody.
adorable. That's why we're listening.
Yeah, he's so cute.
Ah!
But Azeban is an important figure in Abenaki tradition because because of the lessons he teaches. He serves as a teaching tool for children, reinforces social norms and values, provides humor and entertainment, balances more serious spiritual figures because there's a lot of very serious spiritual figures. He balances them. And then preserves cultural knowledge through storytelling, which are all very important factors in their folklore and moral lives. Unlike heroic spirits, Azeban represents ordinary human weakness. So he reminds listeners that community survival depends on not brilliance alone, but on humility, respect, and restraint. So you have to work together as a community to thrive.
Oh,
Um,
so cute.
so that was pretty much it. But to wrap it up, I made a summary of a short story that Bear with No Tail told me. Um,
Thank you,
I
Bear with No Tail.
I recorded the story that he told me. And then I just kind of spark notes it. So there's a couple pieces that I condensed, but it's still kind of a bit of a longish story. But I just wanted to include one of his legends because, his entire point is to teach people a lesson. So, I will say though, this story is kind of similar to like another very famous like story that like is supposed to teach you, like, don't get greedy.
Got it. It's another fable, pretty much.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was gonna mention this earlier. I'm gonna interject for a second. I actually don't remember my full native name.
You should probably ask your papa.
I forgot it, but I know that it has Stingray in it because everybody's an animal, basically. I'm a Stingray, but I remember when I got my name, I don't remember like what descriptive word went with it, but I remember saying that I'm a Stingray because I'm so sweet and cuddly, but if you make me really mad, I'll like sting you.
So, all right, wait. I know I'm probably the worst person to do this, but you're gonna be Stingray. I'm trying to think. Stingray with a temper. I don't know. That's the
Okay.
best I can come up with. You don't even really have a temper.
No, not really.
No,
But
you can lose it sometimes. Don't get me wrong, but
everybody can.
yeah.
Okay. Are we ready?
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you, Bear with No Tail, for this story.
Thank you, Bear with No Tail.
So long ago, when the animals still spoke as people do, Azeban the raccoon watched the sky as autumn came. High above him, a flock of geese flew south in a great V, calling to one another as they traveled. Azeban looked up and felt a tightness in his chest. Everyone is going somewhere, he said. Everyone but me. When the geese came down to rest by the water, Azeban hurried to them. Brothers, he said, bowing low, how is it that you can fly so far and never grow tired? The geese told him. We fly together. We take turns at the front. We listen to one another. Azeban nodded, but he was not listening. I want to fly, he said. Teach me. The geese looked at his short legs and heavy body. Flying is not for everyone, they warned. Each being has their own gifts. But Azeban laughed. I am clever, cleverer than I look. The next morning, Azeban climbed a high cliff near the water. He tied sticks and feathers to his arms with vines and covered himself in white clay so that he would look like a goose. When the flock took off, Azeban leapt after them. For a moment he felt proud. The wind rushed past him. Look at me, he shouted. Then the vines loosened. The sticks twisted. The feathers scattered. Azeban fell hard onto the rocks below, tumbling and crying out until he landed in a heap. The geese circled once above him. We warned you, they said. Then they continued on their journey. Azeban lay there, aching and embarrassed. When he finally stood, his wings were broken sticks and his body was sore for many days. From that time on, Azeban stayed on the ground, watching the sky, but walking carefully and more quietly than before. So, this story is often told to show those listening that wanting what others have without understanding what it brings harm to them. So, cleverness is not the same as wisdom, and that ignoring good advice leads to humiliation, and everyone has a place and purpose.
He's so sweet and so cute. I mean, like, he's kind of silly, goofy.
Yeah.
But like, the little like he made himself look like a little ghost because he wanted to like fly and
Yeah. But his pain is not the point. It's the embarrassment. People laugh, they remember, and they learn from his story because they see he's so silly and he's so cute and he's so goofy. But then it makes it memorable, and people are like, I should not try and have what other people have without knowing what they go through. And I should think before I do things, and I should be more wise, and I should do this, and I should do this. So he's just a little,
He's a little guy.
yeah, he's so cute. And that's it. That's all on Azeban. It was kind of short, but
That's the
yay.
tea on Azeban.
Yay. He was always my favorite when I was a kid. I loved
Oh,
him.
I can imagine. That's so sweet.
Yeah. I just think it's so funny that I preface this by being like, if you ever see me, please don't think that I'm lying.
No, like, no, she's definitely a quarter native. I promise. But no, I like the tea on Azeban.
You just have to look at my jaw.
It's all in the jaw.
My specific chin is like, as I'm making faces that you guys can't see.
Oh my god. Well,
But yeah,
as
that's
Corey
the
continues to
Azeban
make weird
tea.
faces, yeah, that's the Azeban tea. I just want to say thank you guys for listening to episode 4. We are very tired, so I'm gonna try to make this go quick. Please don't eat your microphone, you fucking weirdo. Again, if you guys could see this, you'd understand why I'm saying that. But, just please, as it's still in the early episodes, if you could please, after listening, please share with one person. My mother has already posted it on her Facebook, being like, "My daughter made a podcast, guys." Like,
That actually scares the crap out of me.
Listen, she didn't say
being
your
perceived
name. She said
by
mine.
being perceived by old people.
Oh my god, they're not old. It's like my aunt and my uncle. It's like my aunts and uncles, her like work friends.
Being perceived by adults is scary.
Corey, I'm gonna break some news to you really quick. Are you ready?
We're adults. But we're young adults.
Drink.
But we're young adults. It's different.
Yeah, well,
I don't like
not
being
good enough.
perceived. I don't like being perceived by children.
Yeah, when I worked with kids, when I was doing summer camp one year, I was turning 20. And one of my students goes, "Miss Kelly, you're old. You're turning old." And I'm like, "What about my mother, who is one of your other counselors? She's not old, but you are."
That's not how that works.
I don't think that's how that works, dude. Imagine if he was listening to this and he was like, "I'm that kid." I'm just like, dude, no. But please make sure you share at least with one person and tell that person to share with another after listening.
Yay.
The more people that listen to this, the better. Because we want to keep making episodes for everybody because we have a lot of fun just getting to like sit and talk to each other at least once a week because we are very busy people.
Yay.
What's our socials again? Can you plug the socials? That's your job. You're the social media person.
The Gmail is lstt.pod@gmail.com. And the Instagram. Hello.
It's just Let's Spill the Teapot. Right.
I forgot already. Hold up.
Oh my god. I can't use my phone right now. This is all you.
I'm getting there, okay. Oh, it's just Let's Spill the Teapot, no capitals, no spaces.
No anythings.
It's just us.
But yeah. I'm exhausted. I'm sure you are too. You had a long day. So that was the tea on that. We spilled that tea. Bye.